Hey guys, it's Danny Craft, and I'm coming to you from my bedroom where I've been for the last month and a half. So by now, everybody should know what's going on in the world as far as the current pandemic of COVID-19. And if you don't, you live under a rock. So the first man that brought back COVID-19 and introduced it into the United States was a man from Washington State. And for business purposes, he traveled to Wuhan, China, and there was, I think, 10,000 cases of COVID at this point in Wuhan, China, and that's when he brought it into the United States. And at that time, it wasn't considered like COVID-19 yet. It was basically an underlying name of it, and then they did diagnostics to prove that it was COVID-19. And I remember a time a couple months back where it was me and a couple friends in my dorm room at Adrian, and Jordan Kruchek and I were working on a core project, our partner speech actually, and we were talking about how like my friends at Michigan State were being sent home because of it, and like my friends of friends at their universities were being sent home too, and we were almost mad that we weren't canceled yet, like that we weren't being sent home. And I think what really frustrated people was that the fact that Siena Heights had been canceled and we didn't. But I think I can speak for myself and Jordan and the other people in the room when I say that we're sorry for the ignorance in the conversations that we had that day and how we wanted to be like away from school and no longer in school, because at this time I don't think really anybody knew the severity of this virus and how deadly and dangerous it is. And I am personally sorry for my ignorance, and I do not wish that we would have ever left, and I wish I was back at Adrian more than anything. I think I can relate with a lot of people on that, but I can't take time back, and I just wish none of this would have ever happened. There was at that time a lot of TikToks. TikTok is a social media that I have and a lot of people my age have. And you could go through it and scroll, and each video would be a new video of somebody making fun of COVID-19, making fun of coronavirus. You'd see people with Corona t-shirts, the alcoholic beverage, and Coronas in their hands, and like saying they're ready, like it's Corona time, because we didn't know. I'm not making an argument for these people and their ignorance as well, but we didn't know at that time that it was something that we couldn't even imagine. And I don't think we ever prepared for something like this. This is something that we have only seen in movies. This is something from like the movie 2012, like when the world was supposed to end. And we've never actually considered this happening to us, and especially not me. So I think that it's something that we could have never prepared for, honestly, but it is a very big shock to everybody. And ever since the statistics, the dying, everything has come out, all my TikTok and social media, there's no more monarchy, there's no more anything making fun of coronavirus, which is good, because now we know what it is and it's not something to be made fun of. And it was quickly realized too. I am a resident of Michigan. I live in Lakeview, Michigan, and I live in Montcalm County. So at the time that the virus started, there was, I think, 6 cases in my county before I left Adrian, and there was only 1 in Adrian. So I felt that I should have just stayed there because I felt like it would have been more safe. Well, it just goes to show how fast and how quickly it can spread and travel, because now I think there's 10 cases of coronavirus in my county, and from the emails that I get as an Adrian College student, there's almost 60 in Lenawee County back in Adrian. So you never know. You really don't. And being a resident of Michigan, I am currently on a lockdown with everybody else, and it's tough. It really is. It's scary. It's something I never thought would happen to me, and it's not even the fact of like boredom all day. It's just the fact of the uncertainty. It's scary, honestly, that you don't know what's coming next and you just kind of have to sit and wait. Like, you just have to be prepared for the unexpected, which is hard. So my dad's company shut down because of coronavirus because they're not essential. My dad is a lab tech and he works and tests plastic, and the plastic he tests is for like Ford and Chevy and these kind of companies that go into the vehicles, so they weren't considered essential. So my dad currently doesn't have a job right now. Luckily, my mom does. My mom works at the hospital around town in registration, so she still has a job. But it's so many unfortunate families that don't have either parents working, and times are really tough. And I think that the stimulus check is amazing. I think it was a great idea, and I think everybody deserves that extra for the people who really, really need it and who are really struggling. And especially like my cousin Mikey and his family. My cousin is a father of 4 and he has a wife. So he's got a family of 6 that he has to take care of. Meanwhile, his wife has a daycare that's no longer running right now. And his work also got shut down because they weren't essential. So feeding 6 mouths is not cheap, and especially not during times like this when you can barely go and you can't get fast food a lot of the times. The stocks are not, or the shelves are not stocked completely like they used to be. And the fact that people are out getting more than they need to, the fact that people are taking advantage of the things in the stores, that there's a limit now. Like in my town and the towns around me, there's a limit of 1 thing of toilet paper, of 1 hand sanitizer, like things like that per family. So it just goes to show how people go into fight or flight mode in situations like this and panic. And I especially feel for people like my grandma who live alone, and we are not able to see her right now, which is really, really hard on me and all of my other family members, that we can't be around her. And it's hard right now. Times are hard, and I want everybody to be aware of how serious it is. Please stay home. Please wash your hands for at least 30 seconds. Please wear masks out in public, because you don't know that the person behind you in line has COVID and they don't have any symptoms yet. Like you have no idea. So please be safe. Please be careful. Just be aware of your surroundings, because this is very serious and a very scary time. Thank you.